focus to India's agri market then. Reports suggest basmati rice prices in India have surged by up to 10% recently, reversing a previous decline as West Asian countries increase imports amid rising India-Pakistan tensions. Concerns over potential supply disruptions are driving demand, particularly from Saudi Arabia, Iran and Yemen. What is the on-ground situation? How much have prices risen by? And will the trend continue? To discuss this, we now have Mr. Vijay Setia, who is the former president, All India Rice Exporters Association, now joining us. Mr. Setia, thank you so much for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now. And first up, reports suggest prices have risen by about 10% in the last fortnight. Help us understand what is the sense that you're getting in terms of your discussion with the industry. Have the price increase been this deep? And what's the outlook going forward when it comes to basmati prices for the rest of the year?
You see, this is a correction happening in the market. During the crop arrival this season, there was disruption in the policy, some changes, and we lost some market. And prices in Indian market came down drastically to a lower level, which was never expected. The rice, which was selling around 60, 62 rupees of parboiled, it was selling at rupees 50, 51, 52 like that. So 15% price fall was there. And this recession continued from September, October, November, and in the March, we saw some movement in the rice market when the demand from Iran came. So when Iran comes to the market, other countries also enters the market. They know Iran buys the large quantity from India. Iran is a buyer of 16 lakh tons of rice, and whenever their demand comes to the market, it definitely pushes the prices. And this correction was long due. It is not increase in the prices, it is simple correction. We are still at the lower than the prices which were prevailing in the September. So I think this is a correction only. And if we look forward for further, I think it will stabilize somewhere, and more increase is not expected because the sowing period is coming closer and closer, and the people holding rice, they will try to liquidate their stocks in international market. And regarding this Pakistan issue and disruption, this fear may affect the market prices and demand from countries those are totally dependent on Indian rice. That can push the prices upward. That is a possibility there. So this fear cycle will increase the demand and prices can go up for that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so prices can go higher, but over the next, say, 3 to 4 odd months, where do you see retail basmati rice prices headed? And do you think a normal consumer will be impacted on account of the supply disruption that is taking place currently?
I don't think so. The basmati varieties which has come to our sowing practices, what farmers are sowing, and the IERI has developed varieties with a very high yield and farmer friendly. So whether area is increasing or yield is increasing, both are making a comfortable supply in the Indian market. And this season carry forward is there, and I think that prices will remain stable like last year, not very high. They will, where we are today, they may stay closer to these prices, maybe 5% plus, that's all.
Prices are expected to remain stable at least in the near future, but because India is also a big player in the global rice market and we export much of our produce, how has demand been from global players? What's the sense that you're getting from people on ground, especially from US, because there's this 90-day pause which we are in currently. Are US buyers queuing up for Indian rice?
You're right, but transit time is too much, and orders can increase by 10 to 15%, that's all. And America is not a very big market for India. It is a market of 3 lakh tons of rice. So if 20, 30,000 tons of rice, which is going in 90 days period extra, that can be possibility because the storage carrying cost in that country is very high. So definitely there is a healthy demand, but it is not that too much. And negotiations are still, people think with some rational conclusion or acceptable thing will happen. So what I'm observing, other thing is, which I want to share, uh, the buyers are of the view, if Pakistan fails to grow rice in the coming future because of water shortage, then the focus will shift to India because all the time disturbing India scenario. Now India is taking steps that only flood water should travel to Pakistan. Rest we need for our agriculture. This can affect the coming scenarios, and that can give a better chance to Indian exporter. Yes, ma'am.
So that's as far as the import-export situation and demand-supply dynamics is concerned. Mr. Setia, thank you so much for taking your time
Thank
out
you,
and
ma'am.
joining us.